In this video, we're not going to do anything new. We're just going to see a long example that brings together all of the different things that might happen in long division, plus a little bit of weirdness that we haven't mentioned yet that sometimes throws people off. So, before I set up my long division, I need to make sure that I've written my polynomials in descending order and filled in any holes. I see that this polynomial is okay, but this one is out of order. So I'm going to start by writing that in order. Let's see. Looking at all of the terms, I see that this one has the highest degree. Right, it's an x to the 5th. So I'll have a 3x to the 5th. Now I need to find an x to the 4th term. Here it is, minus 11x to the 4th. Now I need an x to the 3rd term. Oh, I don't see any. That's okay. I'll put in a 0x to the 3rd. Now I need to look for an x squared term. There it is. So I have an 18x squared. Now I need to find an x term. And finally, I need a constant. Notice the process of putting things in order automatically found the holes, and it would have automatically caught if there were any like terms that hadn't been combined. So I can now set up my long division. My divisor goes outside, my dividend goes inside. Notice I'm kind of using the vertical lines on the graph paper to keep these lined up. I'm giving each term kind of 2 spaces here, just to keep them lined up so that I can keep my columns from wandering all over the place. If you find you have a problem with your long division wandering all over the page, you might consider doing this on graph paper. Okay, so first step is divide. 3x to the 5th divided by 3x is just x to the 4th. X to the 4th times 3x is 3x to the 5th. X to the 4th times negative 9 is negative 9x to the 4th. And we subtract. 3x to the 5th minus 3x to the 5th is 0. Negative 11x to the 4th minus negative 9x to the 4th is negative 2x to the 4th. Bring down the next term. We finished a round, take a deep breath. Now it's time to divide again. So again, looking at this first term, negative 2x to the 4th divided by 3x. Negative 2 divided by 3, that's going to give us a fraction. That's going to give us the fraction negative 2/3. And then x to the 4th divided by x, that's x to the 3rd. Okay, multiply. Negative 2/3 x to the 3rd times positive 3 is negative 2. And x to the 3rd times x is x to the 4th. Negative 2/3 times negative 9 is positive 6. And then we need our x to the 3rd. Now we subtract. Negative 2x to the 4th minus negative 2x to the 4th is 0. 0 minus 6 is negative 6. We have negative 6x to the 3rd. Bring down the next term. It's a positive 18x squared. We're done with another round. Take a deep breath. Time for another divide round. Again, looking at this first term, negative 6x to the third divided by positive 3x is going to be a negative 2x squared. No fractions again, that's great. Negative 2x squared times positive 3x is going to be a negative 6x to the third. Negative 2x squared times negative 9 is going to be a positive 18x squared. And we subtract. Oh, that's odd. We got a 0. This is the extra little bit of oddness that I mentioned this problem would include. This 0, we don't do anything special. So we bring down the next term. We take this first term divided by this first term, and we get a 0x. Multiply and subtract. Bring down the next term, and we just get 6x minus 15. Nothing unusual. So the strange thing about zeros is that there's nothing strange about zeros. If you get a 0, then you're just going to get a 0 in your quotient, which is totally normal. All right, last round. We take 6x divided by 3x, which is 2. So multiply. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. Subtract. 6x minus 6x is 0. Negative 15 minus negative 18 is positive 3. So we have a remainder of 3. And I'm just going to write that as a remainder here, because I'm going to want to take a minute and write my answer. Right, normally when we write the answer, we don't actually write the 0. So for this problem, we'll say that our original division problem, 18x squared minus 11x to the fourth plus 6x minus 15 plus 3x to the fifth divided by 3x minus 9 equals x to the fourth minus 2/3 x to the third minus 2x squared. And now we're not going to write in the 0 term. We're just going to say plus 2 plus 3 over 3x minus 9. Now you might be looking at this rational expression and saying, should we simplify that? And the answer is that no, you don't need to simplify that unless you need it simplified for some later step. It's totally okay to just leave that fraction alone.